to Author Showcase. We interview people who are making a difference through the written and spoken word in Oshkosh and surrounding areas. I'm Dixie Jarchow, and with me is Tom Cannon, while Bill Gillard works the board. You can find us on Local Access TV and our YouTube channel.
Yep, and I just want to get a little help from the viewers. If you could help us spread the word, let people know about it, and maybe go to YouTube and like our videos and comment, especially if you like one of the writers that are on there, and they'd love to hear some feedback, and so please do that.
Today we're talking to author Teri Rose, who works in the library at her children's local school district, where she has spent years discovering which books truly spark curiosity and imagination in young readers. Her passion for storytelling is rooted in her advocacy for inclusive, multicultural classrooms, spaces where every child feels seen, heard, and celebrated. When she's not writing or sharing book recommendations, Teri enjoys traveling, trying new foods, and spending quality time with her husband and daughters. You might also catch her scrolling through TikTok for fun and inspiration. So, welcome, Teri.
Hi.
Yeah.
How'd you get this idea for a children's book?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I got this idea because I've been working, this is the fourth year in the district, and during the month of December, I found it particularly difficult because I want to read holiday books, but we are only given 25 minutes to read to the children. And so if I wanted to read a book about Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali, and more, I would have to start in November-ish.
Yeah.
So I kind of decided to write this book so then anyone, no matter what you celebrate, feels included.
Yep. And so the book we're talking about is Adventures with Sam and Saint, and the graphic will come up. And so why don't you tell us a lot about, I was going to say a little bit about the book, tell us a lot about this book, and why is it so good? Because it is good.
So Adventures with Sam and Saint Holiday Celebrations is about Santa's colorable children. They visit Miss Bird's inclusive classroom, multicultural classroom, and each child, while they're going on this journey, each child is telling what they celebrate.
Oh.
So I have a list. Diwali is mentioned, Makahiki Festival is mentioned, Dia de los Muertos, Hanukkah, Las Posadas, Winter Solstice, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Carnival, Chinese New Year, Eid, so Ramadan, and Vesak.
Wow.
And so the reason why I wrote this book is because there are some books that are made that are inclusive like this, but there's like 500 words per page. And so it's hard to consume as a kindergartner, first grader, second grader. So I decided to create this book. This book is only a little bit over 1,000 words. So as librarians and teachers know, you only have the kids for a short period of time until they kind of need to run around or do something else. So I wrote this book. So this book isn't meant, it's meant for you to be able to not dive too deep into each culture and tradition. It's meant to be represented.
So what grades are we talking about?
Kindergarten through fifth, definitely 4K as well, and if your child
And
goes
the
to
younger
3K.
you get, you just want to be introduced
Yes.
to the concept of it,
Yes.
and make sure that you get all the different celebrations in.
Absolutely. So I'm just trying to spark a little bit. So like if a child is being introduced to, let's say, Kwanzaa, I'm hoping that if I'm able to go to school districts or to libraries, then the librarians take it upon themselves to have a whole table of Kwanzaa books, a whole table of Diwali books, a whole table. So then the child is like, ooh, this Rangoli for Diwali. I really want to learn more about that. So I'm hoping the libraries that I'm able to go to and the schools that I'm able to go to make sure that they have books, children's books on this, so then they can take them home and learn more.
And it really is different. I know when we went to Iceland, Christmas is kind of a terrifying thing. They have trolls and they have, evil grandmothers who, if you don't try on your new clothes, they put you in the pot and you have it for dinner. And so I would have loved to have something that was more than just the one stereotype,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, because I don't even know half of what you're,
Yeah.
what the half the stuff is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping to introduce holidays and celebrations to the kids to hopefully get their spark into wanting to read more, to learn
Cool.
more. So yeah.
Yeah. So the book is for parents that want to read aloud, and you're trying to get into schools as well. Like you imagine a kindergarten teacher
Yes.
reading aloud.
Absolutely. I'm hoping that the teachers can fall in love with the stories and the kids can kind of fall in love with Sam and Saint. And Sam and Saint, this book is not only about the celebrations, this book also is interactive. So Sam and Saint are also colorable, which is intriguing. So any child can feel represented in the book.
Nice.
The cover is a search and find. So if you see here, this dreidel is found within the book on the Hanukkah page. There is a push button in here. So when I am reading the book aloud, I'm hoping to ask a child, would you like to come up and push the button with me? Because that would be fun, interactive. Yes. Yeah. And then there in the back, there's a connect the dots tracing activity with your finger.
Cool.
This book also is dyslexic friendly font.
Oh.
What is that?
So it just helps the readers who might not be able to read, Arial or common
Times New Roman.
Yeah.
Courier.
This is dyslexic friendly.
Wow, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And you work in a school library, right?
Yes, I do.
So you've probably seen quite a few books that
Yes.
have come in colored.
Yes.
This way the kids get to actually do it
Yeah,
on
so
purpose.
that is one of those things where obviously teachers and librarians, we know that can be a problem. And when they do go into school districts, we got to make sure that the kids realize, like, if one is bar-coded, we don't color on that one unless you personally own the copy. You don't color in it. So that'll be a fun thing that we'll find out.
Now, it looks like you have a hardbound, and then this is a more flexible.
Yes. So soft cover, hard cover.
You worked with Orange Hat Publishing, is that correct?
I did,
And
yes.
tell us about that process, what that was like.
So Michael, he is the owner of Orange Hat, and he was fantastic to work with. I would work with him again. It is not traditional, but it is not self-published, so it's more of a hybrid. So he helped me find my illustrator, and he helped me through this entire process. I thought I wanted to do traditional, and then, doing more and more research on traditional, it just wasn't working out for me.
And traditional is where you get an agent and you sell
Yes.
to a publishing house.
Yes.
Okay, like Scholastic.
Yes. I just didn't want to go that route. I wanted to own my own work. And so I signed with Michael, and he's been helping me throughout. He helped me find Jaden, and she did the illustrations, and it's been amazing.
So did he just present it? How did you get in contact with the illustrator? Did he just find it?
So you go on Orange Hat website, and you can submit your work and see if he's interested in
So
working.
then one day the book just appears at your doorstep.
I guess, yeah.
So what would you recommend for people who have a children's book idea? Was yours like fully formed in your mind, and this is what I was going to do? And
Well, I definitely, if you have a book in mind, and you definitely join a local writers club. I think one of the best things that I've ever done, when I was working in the district and I was talking to my friends about writing, they mentioned this writers club, and I went to the Oshkosh Writers Club, and Ruth at the library, she was amazing to work with. And all the people that were there were just so kind, and just constructive criticism, and like, this book did not start like this, not even a little bit. So going to that writers club was awesome, and I recommend doing that if you are writing, because it sparks influence, and it sparks your creativity and all the things. So
Can you think of a certain way of how it changed over the?
So Sam and Saint weren't characters in the beginning. I thought I wanted a colorable Santa, and instead of that, it didn't I didn't think kids could relate to Santa as much as like a colorable child. So I created Sam and Saint because it just made sense. And I haven't found a book now. I don't know of any other book that has colorable kids in it.
Yeah.
I haven't found one. If anybody out there knows of one, let me know. I'd love to see it. But I think this is unique, the first of its kind.
What a great idea.
So, yeah.
And then, so I just want to talk a little bit about the hybrid process. I mean, it's not very uncommon. I imagine when you first came up with the concept and wanted to do it traditionally published, I think a little bit of it would it'd take a while to go to query letters, and just by the demand in publishing that it would take quite a while.
So I started writing this book back in 2022. It is now October of 2025.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely took a while for only 1,000 words to even get on paper. So I couldn't imagine writing a novel.
Yeah, and then trying to sell that.
Right, yes.
But then the whole process of trying to find a publisher and
Yeah.
stuff. This way you have a book that's you can read while your children are still young.
Yes, absolutely.
Before
yes.
they're teenagers. So what kind of marketing and promotional plan have you laid out, or how does that work?
Gosh, so I thought that writing the book and getting it published was the hardest part. It is not. Marketing is definitely tricky. I don't even know the words. I'm trying to figure that out. That is in the process. I am, my husband is helping me with that process. So
Is he a marketing type person, or?
he's definitely a business type person, and he really is falling in love with, helping me with that process, because I find myself more artistic than businessy.
Yeah.
So, luckily he's helping me with that process. So.
And so what are some of the things you've done already?
Well, the book is coming out on October 24th, and my first read aloud will be at Caramel Crisp. I have a 10:30 reading and a 2 o'clock reading. So if anybody doesn't have anything going on that day, I know teachers and students have off that day for school. So that's kind of why I made it that day.
And they do a little promotion for you. I've seen on Facebook.
Yep. So Jen, who is the bookstore person, she's been working with me, and we're both really excited to put this out there.
So you just contacting bookstores and different places
Yes.
and say, can I come do a book signing? And places like Caramel Crisp are very
Yes.
supportive
Yes.
of
Of local authors, yes, absolutely.
Are you going to reach out to schools at all to go and give?
Yeah, eventually I think I will. I'd like to get some reviews and make sure I do all the legwork to make sure that, it's appropriate and acceptable for me to be reading in schools. But absolutely, I would love to come into schools and to read to classes and classrooms, absolutely.
And the other thing that you're doing to get your book out there is you have a Facebook page.
I do.
And so why don't you tell people what the name of that Facebook page is and where they can find the book. Let's do that right now so people know where to get it from.
Okay, so my Facebook page is called Adventures with Sam and Saint, and the book is for pre-order right now on Amazon. It comes out on the 24th of October, and so you could pre-order it if you're not in town. Otherwise, come to Caramel Crisp and listen to the read aloud and come get a book there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now, so you said and this maybe it might take you a little bit to think of the question, or so you can answer it any way you want. So you went to Oshkosh Writers Club, and they were so helpful. What would you say the best advice you've been given about writing or publishing?
The best advice I've been given. That's a good question. Probably know your audience. It's one of those things where I remember when I first wrote and I put so much on a page, and Ruth was like, okay, remember a lot of that you could visually see on a page because you're writing for children. So I had to take a step back. So definitely know your audience, I would say, and make sure that you have empathy for everyone that you're writing for. So like for me, I'm writing for kids, and I want to make sure that everyone feels included in the classroom, because I don't know any teacher who works in the Oshkosh Area School District that doesn't want everyone to feel seen, heard, and understood. And so I definitely think when Ruth told me, know your audience, that really, I was like, okay, yes, got it.
And I think there's some norms too, with, like for children's books, I don't know how many, but it's a limited amount of words, limited amount of words on the page, like 38 pages total.
Yeah, it's the layout. You gotta.
But, and I think that maybe that's great advice, and just the advice of, you want to have a book about Santa, but to have two characters, Sam and Saint, so that the children can kind of more identify with being inside the story.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like to read a page or two? Are there any that stick out in your mind as representative?
I think I want to let it be right now.
Okay.
I do know that, like, my dedication page is one of my favorite, and it's to my girls, AKE, I love you to the sun and back. And then to all the children around the world, may you feel seen, heard, and understood. So that's definitely
nice.
one of my favorite things that I made sure that I put out there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be there forever.
Yeah.
Is there another book in the works for you, or
I mean,
are you like breathing now?
I'm definitely breathing, but also marketing. That is. I'm jumping in the pool there to try to make sure that I do everything that I need to.
It's a whole nother skill set.
Yes,
It really is. It really is. But yeah, I've definitely written a few more. I would love for this to become a series, obviously, but I need to make sure that this one is successful before.
Do you have ideas for
I do.
a series?
I do. I have a couple. Yeah.
It's hard when you go from like full-on creative to, okay, now I got to marketing, now I've got to set up, go to book fairs perhaps, or schools or whatever, and you just want to keep writing.
Yep, never stop writing. I definitely haven't stopped writing, so.
That's good.
So when do you write? When do you find time to write with a busy family?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, whenever I can.
You just sneak it in.
I don't, like, it's one of those things when sometimes you just can't sleep and your brain can't shut off. I just, right next to my bedside, I do have like a notebook and a pen. And
Really?
I happen to write then. I don't know if that's healthy, but I do have a tendency of doing that sometimes.
Best, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm more of the, I remember it in the morning,
Yeah.
and then I don't.
Well, it's a great idea. Oh, it's gone.
I'm too tired, I'll remember it in the morning.
Lost a lot of stories that way. So what have you learned through this whole process? What strikes you as being
What have I learned?
like a lesson for you that, are you happy you did it, or are you,
What would you do differently for the next book?
I don't know what I would do differently with the next book, but I definitely know right now, because I know that I've gotten a few emails and stuff, and some of them have been very positive about the book, and then some of them have been very critical. And I am very nervous for when the 24th comes out, because obviously books, this is all art.
Yeah.
And everyone's got their own opinions about things. And so when the comments start and the reviews start, I'm excited about it. Also very nervous about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't usually read my reviews. I just, I wrote what I wrote, and
Okay.
I don't want it to influence my next book or whatever. Do you read your reviews?
Just the good ones.
Okay.
And as soon as I get one, I'll do it. No, I do, because I try to incorporate that into my social media. So, I'll try to post it and things like that. And even the positive ones can be a little, okay.
Yeah, sometimes they're very tempered.
But seem to have a good attitude about it. And they say, even a bad review is still a review.
Okay.
And so I think that also helps people make up their mind, because if you have 10 reviews and they're all 5 stars, they might not trust that so much.
Yeah.
Whereas
It means you got 10 friends.
exactly. And I think you can kind of go, if somebody would happen to give you 1 star, you can go, well, that person's probably gives 1 star to everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just glean it for information. and
Yeah, don't
things
get
like
too
that.
crushed when.
And just focus on the word of mouth.
Okay, well, we are here talking to author Teri Rose. Give us your Facebook page again, please.
It's Adventures with Sam and Saint. That's it. No holiday celebrations because I'm hoping
It's too long, yeah.
I'm hoping that it becomes a series. So
And her first book is The Holiday Celebrations, which is awesome. Ages kindergarten
3K, yeah, 3K to about 5th grade. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, they can find their kids are old enough they can read it themselves and
Yes,
things
absolutely.
like that.
Or memorize it.
Or
you know.
or older siblings can read it to younger siblings as well.
I know my kids, when they like something, they used to know it word for word, and you'd be trying to cut it out so you could get to bed, and they'd be like,
Yes, skip
"You
that
missing
word.
some words in there, Mom." But thanks. It's been a pleasure having you on today.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Absolutely. So, again, if you have any comments or questions and just like to reach out to us, you can reach us out to us at Oshkosh Showcase of Author Showcase of Oshkosh at gmail.com. Thank you. And again, like and follow us on our YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to Author Showcase of Oshkosh with your hosts, Dixie Joe Jarchow, Bill Gillard, and Thomas Kanan. We'd love to hear from you, whether you're interested in being a guest on the show, have a question, or want to share your thoughts. Please reach out to us on social media or via email at oshkoshauthorshowcase@gmail.com.